Welcome back to World Crisis Radio. Your host, Webster Tarpley, here in Washington, D.C., and we're looking at the perspective of the end of the 100 days of Barack Obama, the tenant of the White House. What I think a lot of people have understood now over the past couple of weeks is that my diagnosis of about 14 to 15 months ago was absolutely realistic. This is the tenant of the White House, most controlled by Wall Street in recent U.S. history. Maybe the most controlled by Wall Street since who? Since Coolidge? Since Grover Cleveland? It's hard to say. A total Wall Street puppet. And what I mean by that is the oil patch, forget it. They don't count for anything. Military industrial, it's a joke. Look what he's doing to General Motors and Chrysler. Forget military industrial. Forget biotech. Forget pharma. Forget Silicon Valley. Forget agriculture. Forget unions. They're going to be busted. The UAW will be busted. The American Federation of Teachers busted. And other unions busted after that. They're like the air traffic controllers. If you get rid of the UAW and the AFT, then the rest is probably fairly easy. It is a Wall Street dictatorship, in effect. It is the rule of finance capital with no other interest being taken into account. Even the Clinton administration had to take into account the feminists, right? National Organization for Women, various commitments that they had in those quarters. Here, nothing of the sort. Pure finance capital. Finance capitalists only need apply, and everybody else is outside. So we've got Krugman, Reich, Stiglitz, Galbraith, Sachs, and others all criticizing Obama, but not telling you how to get out of a depression. And again, the answer is outlaw hedge funds, wipe out derivatives under the Geithner PPPIP, public-private partnership investment programs. Hedge funds are going to merge into the new corporate state, the Wall Street fascist corporate state. And they're going to get federal money to buy up worthless derivatives. So they're pumping money into Goldman Sachs from 3 or 4 different quarters, through AIG, through the top. Of course, Goldman now says that they can give back their TARP money. I suppose they can because they got it all through AIG. And they're going to take part now in the PPPIP. So this is Wall Street, people. This is not the New Deal. It's the anti-New Deal. It's not Roosevelt. It's the anti-Roosevelt. And let us point out now the politics of this. Once again, we see the Obama regime trying to set up a thing where you can choose between Obama and these right-wing troglodytes. And people have got to understand this. Every time you attack Obama, you say that he's a socialist, that he's giving money to the poor, that he's helping the deadbeats who should have been homeless but instead got subprime mortgages. You're helping him. Those attacks make him stronger. Those attacks give him left cover. This is a depression. In a depression, the political trump card is economic populism, left-wing economic populism, to be sure, but economic populism is Trump. If you look at these right-wing protests, this Tea Party movement, this is done from the point of view of Milton Friedman. This is the Chicago school speaking, right, that the Obama administration is taxing people to give money to welfare victims and the poor. This is not what he's doing. And if you create the impression that this is what he's doing, you are helping him. Talk about the $10 trillion that have gone to the banks. Don't talk about the $20 billion that went for food stamps or the $40 billion that went for extended unemployment benefits, because that is chump change. Focus on the big bucks, not the chump change. The dynamic of Obama is that if you want to attack him successfully, you must attack him from the left. Any other attack makes him stronger. Examples. During the campaign, notice that Obama was always talking about Hannity, Sean Hannity this, Sean Hannity that. Why? He wants to set up a situation where you can choose between the smiling, telegenic face of the trilateral demagogue Obama on the one hand and the discredited right-wing economist economy and foreign policy of somebody like Hannity. Hannity, of course, a discredited right-wing quasi-neocon, the hated face of the Bush administration. Why does Obama talk about Bush all the time? This now became an issue. Karl Rove is attacking Biden. We've also got Jeb Bush. Jeb Bush is attacking Obama, saying, lay off my brother. Why are you always attacking my brother, George W. Bush? We've got Rove feuding with Biden, calling him a blowhard and a liar because Biden had been attacking the Bush administration. You can see how this works. Does it come down to a choice between Obama and Bush? Is that really your metaphysical choice? Is that all there is in the world? From here on this program, we say, a plague on both your houses. That's a Hobson's choice. You're damned if you do and damned if you don't. What is needed is a New Deal alternative. Now, notice McCain. How could he have won the election? By getting to Obama's left and attacking him from there. The opportunity, as I pointed out at the time, I wrote as much as I could about this during one critical week of October. In order to stop Obama, get to his left. Vote against the stimulus, the bailout. Vote against the bailout of the banks. Vote against the so-called TARP, as it has then been called. The first bailout, the $700 billion for Wall Street. If McCain had voted against that, he would have had a very good opportunity to defeat Obama. He could have pounded Obama mercilessly. You're a tool of Wall Street. You gave the biggest pork barrels and the biggest earmarks to your Wall Street friends. Wall Street owns you. You're bought and paid for by Wall Street. Soros and David Rockefeller and Blankfein and Mack and Diamond and Pandit and Lewis, they tell you what to do, Obama, and don't make any promises, Obama, because you've given away all the money to Wall Street. The $700 billion you just gave to Wall Street was the money that could have been used for health care, jobs, housing, urban mass transit, infrastructure, and all the rest of it. That would have been an effective attack because of the chains of stupid, backward, right-wing ideology, and also other chains on somebody like McCain. He didn't do it. But it's a case in point. If you want to defeat Obama, get to his left, attack him from there. And that's where we've been here the whole time, attacking Obama from his left. Not that he's a socialist, that he's a fascist, that it's the fascist corporate state, that it's not the rule of socialism, it's the rule of Wall Street. And this, of course, has the advantage of also being real. We got Congressman Backus. Congressman Backus now takes us back to Joe McCarthy. These are all attacks that make Obama stronger. Congressman Backus says he has a list of 17 socialists that are hidden in the Democratic Party caucus in the House of Representatives. 17 socialists. Who could they be? Maybe Nancy Pelosi. Is she a socialist? Her office is run by Soros. Soros has an agent, a resident controller in Pelosi's office. Pelosi does what Soros orders. You call that socialism? Socialism, of course, means state control, government ownership of the means of production. And as we've pointed out many times here, it's very hard to do that in the United States because there are almost no means of production left. They've been destroyed by the post-industrial society. Obama is now in the process of destroying the last assembly lines we have, the Detroit ones, the GM, Ford, and Chrysler. Without those assembly lines, this is a banana republic. This is a shattered hulk. This is a ravaged derelict floating on the waters of adventure and economic depression. And, of course, socialism also has something to do with the working class. And Obama's program for the working class is to drive down wages, to bust the UAW, to bust the American Federation of Teachers. So if you want to keep attacking him as a socialist who's helping the poor, go ahead. You're helping him. You're making him stronger. Get to his left. Attack him from there.